Hey, how's it going? Just going to show you how to play 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins. Just before we jump into it, let you know that I've made a cover of this song. I'm sure you've heard the song before, but if you just want to see what my hands are doing throughout the song, you can check that out below. It was a bit of fun to put together, of course, as well. You can support me on Patreon. If you'd like to get tabs for this song and everything else that I've made tutorials for, you can via that. That's linked below, and there's a video explaining what Patreon is if you're unsure. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I've also put a Spotify playlist together that I've got all the songs I've made tutorials for on it, so you can have a listen through that and see if you want to learn anything. Also, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's jump into the lesson. Right, so for this track, just got the one guitar part playing throughout, and in terms of tuning, it's in just down half a step. So just standard tuning, but just tune every string one note lower. So you get E flat standard. In terms of form of the song, we've got not too much to learn. We've got a verse, chorus, and a bridge. And then I've just got two small sections of chords, which I've called transition A and B. And the transition A happens at the between verses and also between verse and chorus. And transition B just happens one time in the track. So I'll go through section by section, give you an example of each part, and then I'll teach it to you. Alright, so we'll start with the main riff of the song through the verse, which goes like this. This just gets repeated a lot. Alright, so we just got this open 6th string and then octaves on the major 7 interval. So 6th fret on the 5th string, not muting that 4th string, and then 8th fret on the 3rd string. So you're hearing. So you sort of strum it 7 times. Then just move up a fret, so now you've got 7, 9 on the 5th and 3rd strings, and just sort of do a slide down, so you get. Then we're just moving down to 2nd fret, so now I've got 2 on the 5th and 4 on the 3rd. Strum this one, so you get. Then the second half of the riff. So we're now muting that sort of 6th string that was droning before, and we've got the open 5th string droning along with this one. And we're just playing notes on the 4th string. So we've got that open 5th and then notes on the 4th. So starting on the 6th fret, do a bend up and back, then down to 4, down to 2, back to 4, back to 6, then up to 9. And just in terms of picking, it's sort of all up strokes that you sort of hear the accents on. So you get, whoops, sorry. Yeah, so there's a little sort of down strum, but then you're sort of hearing that accented up. Then it's just sort of up, down on that last when you're holding the 9th fret down. But that's the verse. I'll just play it through again once more. Alright, so the next part to learn is just the transition A chords. So these happen between these first two verses, between verse and chorus, and also going from chorus to verse, I think one time. So all these are. It's just this. So we're just holding down 9th fret on the 5th string, then 7th fret on the 4th, and 9th fret on the 3rd, and we've got the top 2 strings open. So you strum this one. Then we've just got a standard major chord shape with the top 2 strings open. So 7th fret on the 6th string, 9th fret on the 5th and 4th, and 8th fret on the 3rd with those top 2 open. Yeah. You go back to the verse or whatever there. Alright, the next part to learn is the chorus, and it's pretty similar to the verse really, just got a slightly different start pretty much. So the chorus is this. Alright, and this is just repeated a couple of times. So starting just with this sort of big open power chord. So open 6th string, 7th fret on the 5th, 9th on the 4th and 3rd, and the top 2 strings open. You sort of want to strum just the bottom 3 or 4 strings on the first stroke, and then on the second beat, sort of rake through the strum a bit more. So we play that. Then we just move back and do that same first chord that we play in the verse, but this time with the top 2 strings open. So open 6th string, 6th fret on the 5th, muting that 4th string, 8th fret on the 3rd, top 2 open. So we just got that octave again. And back down, and now it's pretty much just the verse from here. So it's just first chord, then we move down to 2 and 4 on the 5th and 3rd strings, but strumming all the strings. Then we do the exact same tail as in the verse. So that's all exactly the same. And you just repeat this around. And that's the chorus. So at the end of the chorus, you'll hear the transition A chords. So just watch out for that. Transition B is going from verse 3. So after the first chorus, you've got a verse again, and then after that verse, going into the next chorus, you just hear these chords instead of the regular transition. So all this is just a major chord shape with the top 2 strings open, moved up. So the first chord, 2nd fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the 5th and 4th, and 3rd fret on the 3rd, top 2 open. Then we just move the shape up 3 frets. So now we've got 5, 7, 7, and 6. Top 2 open again. So just as an example, where this comes in the verse. And then into chorus. And so on. But that is the transition B chords. So that only happens once. The rest of the times there's transition chords, it's transition A. Alright, so the only other part now to learn is the bridge, and this sort of comes in, sort of cuts into the chorus, into the second chorus a bit. The bridge is this. To the verse there. Alright, so we've just got major chord shapes again with the top 2 strings open. So the first one, 7th fret on the 6th string, 9 on the 5th and 4th, and 8 on the 3rd, top 2 strings open. The next chord, we just switch the strings that our 1st and 3rd fingers are on. So now we're just doing this little movement. So keeping our 2nd and 4th fingers exactly where they are, and now we'll have 3rd finger on 9th fret on the 6th string, and 1st finger 7th fret on the 5th string. So you get 9, 7, 9, 8, open, open. And then the 3rd chord is just the 1st chord moved down 2 frets. So just that major chord shape with the open top 2. So we've got 5, 7, 7, 6, top 2 open. And we just repeat these chords 3 times. So that's the 3 times round. Then we just move this shape down to that transition B chord, the 1st chord in that. So 2, 4, 4, 3, open, open. And then we move up, same chord shape, back to that 1st chord in the bridge. So 7, 9, 9, 8, open, open. And that's the bridge. And then you get back to the verse there. But that's all the guitar parts for this song. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoy playing along with that track when you get it down. One of my favourite tunes, and I really love playing along with it. Like I said at the top of the video, you can support me at Patreon, like Elliot has. Thank you, Elliot, for your support. Really do appreciate it. So you can go there, get all my tabs if that's what you're after. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and check out that Spotify playlist I mentioned earlier. If you could like and subscribe, again, that would be amazing. Really helps me out. But that's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.